Tonoshiki is overpowered, like seriously overpowered. It's surprising that I actually haven't gone over a video of him just going over how overpowered this guy actually is. But I guess I can give myself some credit since there is a lot of Monsterverse characters and my upload schedule is pretty shit. But besides that, I'll actually get into explaining why he is so overpowered in the first place. Now for some general information, Tonoshiki is the protagonist of Tsukihime, Tsukihime being a visual novel developed by Type Moon, and of course it is because obviously it wouldn't be a part of the Monsterverse if it wasn't. But either way, as a child, Tonoshiki got into a fatal accident which caused him to awaken the mystic eyes of death perception. Said eyes are probably the most overpowered thing in the verse, to be honest, besides like true magic or something. Now, the mystic eyes of death perception allows the user to see the lines of death. These lines of death are able to kill things on a conceptual level. Not only does it allow the user to see the origin of death of their target, the mystic eyes can perceive the predetermined conclusion of all things, foreseeing the future determined at birth. By doing so, they can directly eliminate the cause of death. Since the mystic eyes of death perception can visualize these lines or points, which are represented as fates, or the conclusion of these fates, these lines are intrinsic flaws or weaknesses tied to the concept of death itself, present from the moment of creation. Via understanding and interacting with these lines, the user can bypass normal methods of harm and directly kill the essence of their target, even those otherwise unkillable, causing their death to manifest as an inevitable result. Because of this, the mystic eyes of death perception are considered the highest form of foresight in the verse. Not only do the mystic eyes reveal the end of all things, but it also reveals the inherent imperfections of things, granting the user the ability to kill all imperfect things. This means that ontologically perfect things like Actus Purus are the only actual things that can actually survive this type of attack. Not only that, but it can also kill things beyond comprehension, and these things have to have meaning, so they can't be unintelligible things that are just beyond understanding, but they actually have to have meaning. Now, the reason why this is the case is that the mystic eyes of death perception targets the meaning or value. For example, Tonoshiki killed Roa. Roa has the ability to infinitely reincarnate into a new body, and Tonoshiki had to actually kill his meaning or value to actually kill Roa. So the mystic eyes of death perception only gets halted by actual perfection. Now, to move on from Tonoshiki's mystic eyes of death perception, I'll be going over his speed. Now, it's really hard to quantify how fast this guy actually is, but I can safely say that Tonoshiki is relative to Roa and Volo, both in speed, and both of them are able to keep up with a 30% arcuid at the bare minimum, and said arcuid is at bare minimum equivalent to 4 servants, this is a massive low ball, by the way. This is a massive low ball, but she's equivalent to at least 4 servants, so that would make her at least a high tier. And said servants are able to move in Shalia, and Shalia is isolated temporally. I don't think that's a great way to scale his speed, but I'm not very great with speed scaling in general, so it is what it is. Now, in my opinion, this makes him high 1A plus at bare minimum using the VSBWA tiering system, as it would only make sense because high 1A plus is being able to affect or destroy all logically possible worlds, and we can determine that these logically possible worlds are contingent, and since they are contingent, that means they are not perfect, because a perfect being would be self-sufficient and not be dependent on anything other than its own existence to sustain itself, which means that the mystic eyes of death perception can affect all logically possible worlds. And since that is the case, that would make Tonoshiki high 1A plus. I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.